Just coming.
Are you ready?
And
We got married, we continued. I'm an Anglican clergyman, and there is a wreck.
Church couples from all over the country. I hope you'll listen to their
assistant to make a
rather different. First made this years ago. Some fraud use with angry.
more courage. I felt that the pressures of a two-denominational and I've learnt a great deal from them over the years. We're going to celebrate 20 years of marriage just at the beginning of next month.
I don't think it bothered me too much until I wrote to my parents, telling them that I was courting. I was living away from home at the time, obviously. And my father was seriously bothered because his sister had made exactly such a marriage a generation ago when there were, of course, many more problems. And he knew that she'd been through quite an unhappy time because of it. And he was worried I was going to be going down the same path. Once we'd explained to him that things had changed a lot and he'd met John, I think that's where we went. And he certainly made no further objection to it. Paul, why did you want a joint celebration?
We felt that our faith is a very central part of our relationship, and whilst we are together as Christians, we're also still members of individual denominations. I'm a Catholic, Bev's an Anglican, and we felt that both aspects had to be represented in our marriage and in the service that we had as our marriage service. So it was very important to us to have both sides represented.
Beverly, have you been able to sort out relationships with your family?
Yes, it's been a gradual process. My family's just had to get used to us. They've watched us and they've seen that Paul is actually human and that his Catholicism is not poisoning us or our relationship. But certainly they've realised that it's not hurting us, and so they're much more friendly now.
Paul, do you feel you've been able to express the fact that you're a member of two churches, now you're a married couple?
I think we have been to a great extent, in that we're very fortunate to have a church which is in the same building. There is already a strong also taking part in each other's
reconciliation of the two churches. That's a very important part of unity.
And then we got down to what the future would be for the children. Did it make a difference? And therefore, in a sense, it's important that we churches as much as possible.
Tony,
I think. By that time there was a Roman Catholic school and the expectation was that I was at that school. I hadn't father that she that almost made Rachel into my church and not liking or whatever.
Feel personally about that decision?
I felt that my husband was maybe put at 7, it was a bit young, but the headmistress none alert and ready. It happened. I said no. So 2 months' time, you know, there's been adequate silence and she said, no, let her. If she doesn't want to make her first Holy Communion, that's her business, not yours. She was the only child in that class that did, and she waited a couple of years.
Family has made a difference.
Oh yes. The priest came and
want a joint celebration of First Communion?
We wanted our children experience of having a joint.
I wrote a quite detailed letter to my bishop, pointing out that we were the bishop very quickly replied and said, nice and very supportive letter, which made it quite appreciated fully the situation you were in, and that was conscious that the rules of
You were going to feel taking First Communion and service, and we had really taken on board mind, and the fact that
And how will you feel in the future when you're not able to receive?
this was a very special occasion. It clear to us that this occasion. I understand that. Of course we would like create lots of need for that to happen. But I towards it, understanding not just from the Catholic Church's point of view. There are lots of other issues that we need to share.
Their own traditions and insights, and to have around, to be able to see this kind of commitment to different traditions.
Into the
for and need, and what the churches and particularly the leaders to do, because the churches Interchurch Families as an oddity, their own members to marry other members. So that's they are, in a sense, pathfinders, therefore, for the seeking closer unity.
the secretary of the organisation.
The Association of Interchurch 20 years ago now, child, and came to talk about it, and we had the marvelous, we weren't the only. We decided to set up a meeting on a 1968, to which about, I suppose, 15 couples. Yeah. That they're not isolated, they're not alone. They feel we're the only one coming up, so that life is a bit easier for them than it was for us back in the early 70s.
I enjoy being a member of a church family because I get the bit of skills. I like going to different churches for the members of the family. I like places. I want to belong to 2 different churches because I feel more comfortable in 2 than I would just going.
At my first communion, it was very special for me because when I usually go up, my mum just has a blessing and nothing else. So this time she went up and took it with me, and I don't think that will happen for a very long time.
I think it's stupid having all the denominations and churches and stuff, because after all there's only one God.
I want to have a joint confirmation because I'm a member of both churches. And to have a single confirmation, like say if I was confirmed in the Catholic Church, would mean to me that I was rejecting the Anglican Church, which I don't want to do.
I'm lucky because both churches have been involved in my baptism and First Communion. However, it looks like my confirmation is a long way off, because churches can't agree on how I can become a member of both, which I am.